here we are. This is what we've been waiting for. Jed, I was right last week, wasn't I? When I said between 2 and
you
250.
nailed it. You've been nailing it for weeks now, months.
I think I'm maturing. I don't know. I'm trying.
Oh,
Look at this. 217 global.
Dude, you said between 200 and 250 opening weekend, and that's right in the middle there. This is not a good opening. Everyone who's celebrating this opening weekend is deluding themselves. The budget is way higher than it has any right to be. The 225 is just the initial
Lie. It's a lie.
It's a lie. But
Yep.
there's the tax documents that we've talked about,
Mhm.
and the marketing's been absolutely insane. It needs $1 billion to at least justify its existence. A break-even point might be 850, 900 million, but billion's just the goal that makes sense at this point, and there's no way it's going to sniff at that. I think right now 500 to 600 is very fair and maybe optimistic at this point.
I mean, Beardo, 95 million international. The world didn't give a shit.
Yeah. I think realistically, like 600, maybe it has enough legs to get to 700 mil.
Mm-hmm.
But they've been lying about the budget for this movie, and it keeps bouncing around. What it was like 280, 300, and then last week it's like, oh no, it was only 180 mil. It's like they can't make up their fucking minds on it. And it's like, what are you taking out the cost of advertising and commercials and everything? It's like, because that counts.
$200 million worth.
Yeah, why are you lying to us about it? And this Superman's advertisements have been everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, how much did they pay Fortnite to have an entire season of Superman dedicated to it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dre, to use your words, do you think this is going to justify its existence?
I'm actually in agreement with Jed on this. This joint needs $1 billion to justify its own existence. I don't think that's up for any form of debate. Even if you want to take the fake production budget that's there of $225 million and still slap on, and I'm just going to be generous, $100 million in budgeting. Marketing, $100 million.
No, we know it's $200 million.
Yeah.
We know it's
that's
$200 million.
confirmed.
That's confirmed.
Okay, so we're looking at the production budget and the ad budget of $200 million. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, it's $425 million, which is insane off jump. You need 1.1 billion to justify your existence, because you're staring at the barrel of between 850, 900 million of break-even point.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy talk.
Yeah.
So you need 1.1 billion just to justify this joint coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And
in 2 weeks, it's going to be fighting against Fantastic Four. So you're going to see a staunch drop-off.
And that's the tough thing. And like, okay, I know we're going to get into the film later and all that great stuff. But the film has to have good word of mouth or it's toast. Let's just get that out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's toast. Like, this worldwide box office has to, and I mean next week, has to hit $500 million.
It's not going to.
It's
with a 95 international premiere weekend. That's impossible. Crazy. The rest of the world has to, the entire rest of the movie viewing world would have to wake up tomorrow and say, I need to go see Superman. Literally. And that's not going to happen.
Literally, you're 100% correct. This joint needs to hit $500 million by next weekend, or it's over.
And
it's over.
You talk about word of mouth. There has been a discussion on the streams I've been on since Friday, over the weekend. And let's isolate what the word of mouth is here to go through this box of discussion. And then the last question I'm going to ask you guys about, what is Warner Brothers thinking right now? Word of mouth this opening weekend. We've heard from, and I'm quoting other people saying this, is not my original thought. We've heard from those of us who are watching this as our job to review this shit, as both nerds and fans, and taking our time to review and discuss this. You've heard our thoughts. We've heard the ultra fan, Stan, Shill, and there are legitimate people who I've spoken to who are actual real Superman fans who have really only two have given me reasonable explanations for stuff. There are those out there who are sharing their opinions. And then there's the people in the middle who are like, and then there's the super negatives. I'm somewhere, as Jed put it yesterday. Jed, you're just like slightly under mid.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
yeah.
low mid maybe. The more
I'm
I think about it, the lower I get, though.
And that's a statement I made. The more you think about this movie, if you were in the middle, like it's okay, I think the more angry you're going to get. Because I took some time I took a whole night before I did my review. My thoughts are the same as they are when I made my review. I'm where I am, and I'm not super angry, negative, raging, but I'm down there. I'm right above that because I knew this could be bad. Beardo, where are you on that level?
I'm at a 4.5,
Okay,
but
I'm at a 4 actually, so you're a little higher than I am.
I'm at a 4.5, but like Jed said, the more I think about it, and maybe on a potential second viewing, it could easily drop down to a 4 because I do have major issues with this movie. But there's some stuff that's cool, but the cool stuff is instantly killed by campy, corny jokes. James Gunn, Mr. Terrific's awesome scene on the beach when he's fucking shit up with his fears when he's protecting Lois Lane. Super cool, but it's bogged down by the James Gunn music. I didn't like the music that was happening in that scene for it. Because it's an awesome scene, but the music just doesn't fit. That was a total Guardians of the Galaxy scene for me.
100%. I agree.
Thank you.
And the music doesn't make sense in the context of the film. At least with Guardians of the Galaxy, the musical choices with Star-Lord make sense. It's tied to his character. It's his way to remember his mother. But Mr. Terrific talks about a lot in the film. I don't do human emotions. I don't do relationships. I don't do this stuff. So he doesn't seem like the type of guy who would do a garish dance sequence like this almost and have music playing and try to be this cool guy. He's way more focused on the task at hand, way more analytical. So it feels like it's against his character. So from a writing standpoint, that's what I think even the music is antithetical to the writing that's been set up and a flaw in the script as much as anything else.
Let me say this. The Batman score is phenomenal. Say what you want about the movie.
Agreed.
The score of the
100%.
movie is great. Batman has his theme, but when we get to the Catwoman or the Cat Burglar moments in that movie, she has her own theme too. It's unique to her when she's on screen. In this Superman movie, Superman has his version of the John Williams score. When you get to Mr. Terrific, because I would say Mr. Terrific is the 1B superhero character in this movie.
He's the standout.
At least.
So you have
That
Superman
man got
who's
more screen time than anybody else.
Yeah, so
he saved the day in the end.
Pretty much. So
you have hero.
You have Superman who's 1A, and Mr. Terrific isn't really number 2. He's 1B. Have Mr. Terrific have his own unique score too when he's on the screen. I think that would have fit a lot better than just putting some random fucking punk music for Mr. Terrific in that scene.
That's pure James Gunn, though. That is pure James Gunn. I'm going to do what I like. I don't care about anything else. I'm not making this for the fans. I'm making it for myself. But we'll carry on to that in the movie discussion. But what we have here then is we're obviously all displeased with this movie. And we've shared our thoughts. And now over the next week, there's the theme out there of this movie has been positively received. It's doing well. And like you guys just said, that's kind of a bit of an obfuscation of what's really going on here. The real discussion hasn't started yet with the regular population. They're first going to experience it over the next week as they decide to roll out and see it. The hardcores have seen it. The reviewers have seen it. We've shared our bits. And as Beardo said, we're tired now. I'm exhausted talking about this. I am happy for the next coming weeks to just follow the box office. That's the game plan. And there's something, there's a term I said last night, and Dermy stole it from me, but I'll say it again. What we've seen now in regards to this also is now the corpo cope that's going on here where, we'll be happy. They're going to roll out, though. We're happy with this 500 million, this 600 million. And I agree with Beardo. Its ceiling is 700 million, I think. That's right. That's where I think as high as could possibly go. And they're going to try and convince the world we're happy. But inside Warner Brothers Studios, what is the discussion you guys are thinking they're going to be having this week and the next week concerning everything? Because we know Supergirl's coming. God help us.
Oh, boy.
God help us.
Well, I have the answer for you, Adam. James Gunn already said it. The word from the horse's mouth. He already said, if this movie loses money, it's not considered a loss. He said that.
He did.
That's so, the corpo.
That tells me a few things. One, he's got job security. He knows that he's not going anywhere. He's with DC for a long time. So it didn't matter if this movie lost money. He's safe. That's why he said that. If this movie loses money, it's not considered a loss because he's still going to have a job. So, and that also tells us that they were all anticipating that this wasn't going to be profitable. Off rip. Because he said that before the movie even came out.
The $700 million
comment.
anything
like that unless you know it's going to be a failure. It's preparing for the worst case scenario or the most projected case scenario.
And you put that out there. This is a movie that should be celebrated if it's good. If it was good, we wouldn't be having these discussions. Beardo, you wouldn't have been on a stream last night. I wouldn't have had 3 different discussions over the past 72 hours about this, talking about my points about why it isn't working. And literally, out of the people I've either watched, read, or listened to, or actually talked to, I can count on one hand. Only 2 have accurately gotten it across to me why they liked it. Other than, I mean, Dre, you are our comic book maven here. You are the guy who I go to make sure I'm getting shit right with my little kid memory from way back then. When you hear it's like a comic book, it's colorful, it's this and that, is that an explanation for you of why it's good?
So 2 things I have to say. One, this is what I'll say. The film itself, I enjoyed the film for what it was. I do not enjoy it as a Superman film. As a standalone Superman film, I thought it was a disaster. An absolute disaster. As a fun popcorn film, and which I did not go in taking seriously because I knew James Gunn didn't, I was able to turn off my brain and enjoy the fun colors.
I'm happy for you. I couldn't do that.
And that's where it is.
Happy for you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I enjoyed the film for what the film was, not for what I wanted it to be. Because for what I wanted it to be, it was an absolute waste of my time. 100% waste of my time. But as far as people saying that it has accuracy, which to be fair, comic lore, James Gunn did his homework. He read a few books. He read a few books. Yeah, he read a few books, and some of it is pretty accurate.
He also watched a few TV shows for inspiration too.
Oh, yeah, he did.
TV shows that weren't connected to DC.
Not one bit. And
we'll get into that. I want to talk about that.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But but as far as people saying, "Oh, this is what makes the movie good," the movie is not good. Let's get that.
It's a bad movie.
The movie is not good. Let me say this one more time. The movie is not good. But I have
Dre, let me ask you.
Go for it.
With the tone and all the characters and how everything is bouncing around and it's so damn fast paced, clearly, I think we can all agree. And like, even the people who like the movie admit this was made for a Gen Z TikTok audience.
100%. I don't think that's even debatable.
I think my question for you is,
go for it.
For the tone of the movie and how everything was, and people are saying it's punk rock. I think it's more pop than punk rock.
I don't even know why that was even a theme of this film. The idea that, it's punk rock.
I think
I was in a cover band. I used to play an Ibanez G10. Okay. I know what punk rock is. Nothing about this film is punk rock.
Yeah, besides a few references here and there.
Yeah, just references. Oh, thank you. Oh, you got a poster. Oh, yeah, go jerk off in the corner. People don't know what they're talking about.
So my question for you is...
I would say pop. Yeah, Beard, I agree with you. That would be pop.
Do you think the tone for this movie would have worked better for a Teen Titans or like a Young Justice?
100%. So if this film was...
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at too.
Justice League of America, or what do they call them? The
Justice Gang. He wanted to make a Justice Gang movie. 100%. That's what he wanted to do.
If this was just about... Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl.
We wouldn't be having this conversation.
I think like a Teen Titans or Young Justice.
100%. This film would have went over real smooth.
We would be having completely different conversations right now.
100%.
Completely different.
100%. Because that's the movie he wanted to make. And in my personal opinion, he should have just made that. In my personal opinion, he shouldn't have made This was
Ego.
Justice Gang featuring Superman. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. This was Justice Gang featuring Superman. And you know how you can tell that it's Justice Gang featuring Superman? Superman had no arc.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.